Welcome back. When free speech now counts, liberals delete their accounts. Yes, horrified libs flee as Musk tears into Twitter with glee. A bunch of celebs say they're leaving Twitter following Musk's takeover. Producer Shonda Rhimes, best known for creating shows for cat ladies. You know, what does she do?
I don't know.
What's that stupid Grey's Anatomy? Yeah, that's what it is.
It's been on for like,
Oh.
it's been like a
Yeah,
hit
that's-
show for 17
I hate success stories. Anyway, she tweeted, not hanging around for whatever Elon has planned. Bye. Well, then go already. She's dragging this out like it's a last meal on death row. And others in Hollywood may be leaving Twitter as well because, you know, it's 16 years old. Others are pissed that Twitter may start charging $20 a month to keep the verified blue checkmark status. It's all part of an overhaul to Twitter Blue, the $5 a month subscription that unlocks other features, like the option to edit tweets. It can also convert tweets from Kamala Harris into English. Stephen King tweeted, $20 a month to keep my blue check? F that! They should pay me. If that gets instituted, I'm gone like Enron. Enron. That's the kind of timely reference that makes King the top author of 2003. As for Musk, he leaked a screenshot of internal messages from an exec referencing fraudulent metrics, which could be the evidence needed to fire executives for just cause instead of paying out their golden parachutes. Meanwhile, some hacks are full-blown in drama mode. This guy looks like he's on the verge of tears.
Lies on the internet move faster than the truth. And that's in part why there are all these safeguards that Elon Musk is trying to take down on Twitter right now. Reality can't even exist anymore because it cannot catch up to the lies on the internet. I'm not a scholar on authoritarian history. This is the start of something that gets really, really bad. If you are getting the guardrails off the truth, where it literally cannot catch up to the lies on the internet because of how the pipes work, how the system works, because of the incentives of the richest people in the world, then that's how you lose your democracy.
Okay, Jerry Maguire. Elon Musk just took over Twitter. For a second there, I thought JFK was assassinated again. My goodness, control yourself. What a baby. The good news is, if liberals don't feel safe on Twitter, they can go somewhere else. We hear Truth Social is nice.
Hey.
Loftus, what do you make of this? It's like they want to take the ball and go home, except it's not their ball.
I love it. After all these years and years and years of having somebody going, hey, you don't like it? Start your own platform. Don't like it? Start your own platform. Well, it's easy, I guess, just to buy one.
Yeah, yes.
That's already up and running. And Elon Musk is fantastic doing the $20 charge for the blue check. We're actually watching that Dr. Seuss book, The Star-Bellied Sneetches, in real time. Remember the birds? Some had the stars and then others didn't. It's wonderful. The only downside is I now have to try on Twitter.
Oh,
like
don't start now.
Right, as a conservative, when you don't have a huge, Twitter following, you can go, dude, I'm being suppressed. I'm being shadow banned.
Yeah, now you don't have that excuse.
Right, now you're like, damn it, I got to put thought into this. All right.
Yeah. You're one of the few people that's actually shadow banned in public. People try to avoid you. You've been banned, it's like they just don't even... People will actually block you if they can.
Yes,
I've seen them out on the street get blocked. Kat, how do you feel about pay? Would you pay for the Twitter Blue, the verified?
No, because then people would know I did.
Yeah, that's true.
That's really embarrassing to have a blue check mark and knowing that you're paying $20 a month for Twitter. That's extremely embarrassing. So although I would like it, like I could never do that to myself.
Oh, thank you for that.
Yeah, embarrassed. That's like, I don't know. Would you?
No, I don't think so. I don't think I would pay. But what do you make of the reaction so far?
It's obviously they're talking about it as though Twitter before Elon never contributed to misinformation or disinformation.
Yes.
You can at least acknowledge that if you're that concerned and say, okay, I know this happened, but this is why I'm more concerned about this. Otherwise, ironically, he's being the one disingenuous and he's being the one spreading disinformation by acting as though it's all of a sudden going to happen now when it wasn't happening before.
Yes, it's true. It's like I guess before Elon, Twitter, everybody was so nice there.
Right.
So nice. Nobody ever said
When I want to feel good about myself.
Yeah, when
that's where
exactly.
I go.
You don't know how many times I've been alone on Twitter crying.
Yeah.
Crying.
First, I think Greg will end up paying for a blue check mark. I'm gonna put that on the record now. I do think he will.
Why?
Well, I just think you try to quit Twitter, you can't quit Twitter. I think you're going to miss
At least
your
I
blue
can
check
say
mark.
it, Katie.
I know. Well, that's true. That's true. That is true.
By the way, we have two Katies.
I'm wondering how democracy will not die in darkness without the hot takes of the blue anon check mark crowd. I think the country's over. I think it just shows that they're tyrants. Like, it's one platform.
Yeah.
You know, you have all these other platforms. You can't have one platform where people are allowed to say things that maybe you disagree with. It just proves their ideology once again.
Yeah, it is true. They need to have everything. They need to have everything. Where they get one thing gets taken away, it's like Jenga. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Pull it out, everything falls down. Is that Jenga?
Yes, that is.
All right. It's either that or some male hustler I saw jump down.
It could be both.
Yes, it could be both. His name was Jenga.
You never know.
His name was Jenga.
It's a plum, I don't know where I'm going, Amanda. You got to say this
Personally,
segment.
I think you should pay everyone more so they can afford the Twitter checkmark. I mean, Jesus. I mean, come on, dude. Like, this show's been doing well for a while.
Yeah.
I, for one, will gladly pay to not have to. So every single month, I apply and give them all their little application needs for the blue check because I get impersonators.
Right.
My movie gets impersonators. And the movie account impersonators put fake versions of the movie up, which is a problem.
Wow.
So I actually need the blue check mark, and isn't that what it's for?
Right.
So every single month they say no, and every single month they say no, even though you met all the requirements. So if it's going to cost me $20 a month to stop that just one round of chaos I have to go through, like, I'm fine. Like, you want 20, you want 40, you want 50, whatever, I'll pay for it, just enough, please. Like,
I'm going to buy the blue check, not for me, but for people I don't like.
Yeah.
Before they even know.
To make it look like they had
find
to
like,
pay.
Find like,
Yeah.
you know, Alec Baldwin's Twitter handle and buy his. He has me blocked,
actually,
though.
should
I'd block
probably
me.
buy one for the.
What?
Never mind.
Are you okay, Amanda?
Yeah, I was going to say something really dark.
Somehow that wouldn't surprise me.
Skeleton costume or no, it's still too dark.
Okay, I'm glad you're.
It's not late enough.
I'm glad you're self-editing. All right, up next, he starred on SNL and stumps for the politician with no chance in hell.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.